Yeah, it's a book I didn't want to write, if I'm being honest with you, Mike. And first of all, I did not write it alone. That's why you won't find my name in anything but the forward. You won't find any of the authors' names in the book anywhere, because um, a it several of them are under threat. So that's the first thing. Is I did not write this book alone. It was it was my concept, my initiative. It is a Task Force Pineapple book. 100% of the proceeds go back into Pineapple. But I wrote this book, Mike, because after the Afghanistan collapse in 2021, a handful of veterans, military intelligence alumni, and even some civilians jumped into the fray and did our best to help our Afghan allies who were being abandoned institutionally. Many of them were sources for three-letter agencies, and they were left to their own devices, and they were being systematically executed, tortured, disappeared. And I wasn't good with it. A lot of other groups, we stood up Task Force Pineapple and others to help with that. 99% of those assets were abandoned by the U.S. government in 2021. A large number of them are now talking to veterans through these disparate channels on Signal, WhatsApp. And what started to emanate to me was a very concerning reality of the re-emergence of not just Al-Qaeda, but ISIS-K and over a dozen other global terror groups inside Afghanistan, the origin place of 9/11. And they were doing so with a vengeance. And our government, both the Biden administration, they weren't talking about it, and it was really concerning to me. And I was hearing from very well placed, very vetted individuals myself that there were as many as 1,000 operatives of ISIS-K, the Taliban, deep cover in the United States, with a plot with Al-Qaeda behind all of it to hit the homeland. And so I felt compelled, as did a few other contributors, that we had to do something. What I'll end with is this book, I wrote it reluctantly because I felt like if the government was not going to step up and handle what is likely going to be an attack that looks more like October 7th than 9/11, where we live, work, and play, then I felt compelled to write something that shared these findings and these insights with leaders like yourself, with leaders at the community level, state and local, so that they could at least start a conversation around this gathering storm.